Good morning, friends. I welcome you all to 1 month faculty induction program sponsored by UGC Human Resource Development Center, RTM Nagpur University, Nagpur. So today for first session we have with us respected Dr. P. Sivaswaroop sir. Sir, I welcome you on behalf of HRDC Nagpur and from all the participants of this faculty induction program. Friend, sir is presently working as a regional director of Indira Gandhi National Open University Regional Center at Nagpur. Earlier, he was a regional director for Madhya Pradesh. He received PhD in chemistry from Andhra University with Best Thesis Award, followed by postdoctoral work at University of Hyderabad. He also completed 9 PG and diplomas in different subjects like ethics, IPR, and distance education. He has been admitted as a fellow of the Royal Society of Chemistry, London. Also, he is admitted as a member of American Chemical Society, USA. Sir has to his credit various honors and awards as well. To name few, National Gold Medal for Innovation in Distance Education by IGNOU, New Delhi. Shiksha Maharshi Award by Sunrise Peace Mission, Nagpur. Krishi Gaurav Award, Dr. Punjab Rao Deshmukh Krishi Gaurav Award as well. Vidarbha Bhushan Award and 21st Century Sahitya Ratna Award. So with this brief introduction, I once again welcome you, sir, and request you to please enlighten the participants on the today's topic, that is Code of Conduct, Professional Ethics and Professional Relationship and Network. Sir, please.
Thank you and good morning to you all. At the outset, I thank the HRDC RTM Nagpur University for inviting me to this new method of talking. Otherwise, every year, every workshop, I used to go and address these two participants, and it was more idea sharing also. And now, digital age, COVID has brought all of us onto digital platform, and through this, let me share some of my ideas on the topic given. I hope it is visible.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I am given topic of codes of conduct, professional ethics, professional relationship and network. So it is very interesting topic. And at the outset, let me say that this is not a syllabus bound activity. So, and it is, you all know that ethics and professional behavior, relationship, all these, they are outside our college or university or classroom. So let me start with some general introduction and share. We all are from the being at a higher education institution, we should have an idea about the education scenario in the country. Then we can understand better why this topic of codes of conduct, professional ethics and all these things, how we can contribute to improve the situation. And we all know that Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan was the chairman of the Education Commission after independence. In his opinion, the purpose of education is not limited to the imparting of information or training of skills. It has to give the educated a proper sense of values. So perhaps we have missed this concept of giving the proper sense of values to the students who are coming to us. So now I will give you an example. When our heart functions, we never care for it. When we get a small problem, we take care and we go and take all the medical tests and everything. Similarly, there was no code of conduct earlier, written code of conduct for teachers, because I will tell you in my process, now there is a sense of missing this value sensitization in the students. That's why more emphasis on code of ethics and all these things. So one basic principle is work is worship. It is everyone's principle. And every job is a self-portrait of the person who does it. And autograph your work with excellence. We have lakhs of teachers, but few teachers like you are remembered because they have given their autograph in their way of teaching. Similarly, pleasure in the job puts perfection in the work. So if you enjoy the work, you will give perfection in your job. These are some of the reference material recently UGC has given. Inculcation of human values and professional ethics in higher educational institutions. These are available freely on UGC website. And good academic research practices, it is also given. You can go through it. And my index for my presentation is like this. Teachers past and present. Then I will discuss about Indian education, present and scenario, and some ethical issues of present Indian education, and changing role of teachers. Then there will be a question, are the teachers professionals? Because we think professionals are advocates, lawyers, doctors, like that. And some ethics basic principles. Then come to professional ethics for teachers, code of research ethics, then professional network and relationship. And most of my presentation will be live situations, live examples. Let us start with teachers past and present. We will see. Our Indian education system, we have great respect for the teacher. Teacher is given next to God. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheswaraha, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Sri Guruve Namah. Teacher is equated to Brahma, Vishnu, Maheswara, and he is the Sakshat Parabrahma. So teacher is given high place in the society. And even Dr. S. Radhakrishnan, he said in his education commission that if society is not to disintegrate into an aggregate of individual specialists, we should endow the students with a central code of values, transmit to them a cultural heritage. It alone can serve as a cohesive force in a society which is getting splintered by one's specialization. It was in 1948, and even in 2020, this is equally valid. To give an example of teacher's role in a person's life, I quote the teachers of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam who inspired him for a lifelong. You can see in his Wings of Fire book, he has given his primary school teachers' photos, and he said he had a teacher, and he said about Father Sekera. He said, Father Sekera, if you are not there, there is no Abdul Kalam. Father Sekera, if you are not there, there is no nuclear scientist Abdul Kalam. Father Sekera, if you are not there, there is no Bharat Ratna Abdul Kalam. And Father Sekera, if you are not there, there is no President Abdul Kalam. You can see he has dedicated his entire achievements to his teacher. So teacher's role is very crucial in students' life. So let us see some of the situations. In India, we feel we have got the 100% literacy and school education. There are still 1.4 million kids out of schools, and literacy increasing, and also illiteracy is also increasing, the numbers. And there is an open classroom where they are carrying the school on the left side. They are carrying to the school on their shoulders. They take, when teacher comes, they take their blackboard, chair, and other things. They attend the class, and they take back because they don't have a classroom there, school. And on the right side, there is a missing teacher. So they have garlanded the school teacher chair itself because teacher was not there. And now we are going for online and other things, information communication technologies. These are some one side of the situation. 950 million Indians don't have internet access, one thing says, and 55,000 villages don't have access. But on the other hand, we have more mobiles than graduates. 93% Indians have mobiles or landline connection, but only 6% are the graduates in the country. Because our country has very extreme conditions. On one hand, we have, on the left side, you can see in Delhi University cutoff is for BA, BSc admission cutoff mark is 100%. So a 99% person cannot get a seat in the Delhi University particular colleges. Whereas on the right side, you can see 120 colleges have only up to 10 students, and many colleges have no students also. And even MBA and engineering seats, they are going vacant. And IITs, there are dropouts in IIMs also, whereas the rush for ITIs, it is increasing. But on there are so many other people who are eager to study. On the left side, you can see 81-year-old man fails to pass class 10 exam for 46th time. वो फिर भी वो attempt कर रहे to write the exam. Right side जो हमारा नागपुर के students है, they are not retiring, they are 78 years and 80 years. Still they are doing some course or other through IGNOU. Now, coming to some of the ethical issues of the present Indian education system. You see, there is in Punjab, for 500, there are 27 grace marks they have given. But on the other hand, girls are not sent out for the village to schools for sexual harassment. When we go to the rural and interior areas, you also will see many of the girls, they study up to the school which is available in the village. After that, they stop studying. And this was a news 2 years back when Bihar topper fails retest held, and even the Bihar class 12 toppers don't know anything about their subjects. So all these are unethical practices. And there is a IPS officer who wanted to improve his cadre by writing for another, again for civil service exam. He was caught while cheating. He was trying for IAS. Some state governments, they also say that they cannot control copying. When exams are conducted under strict vigilance, in Bihar till last year 75% pass, now it is 44. In Telangana it was 100% result last year. With CCTV cameras it was coming to 47% in SSC results. And some students are sensitive, we also see everywhere. So one on left side, one 19-year-old last student ends life over academic failure. And it is a global phenomenon. In a Chinese student, he got only 99%, so he attempted suicide. He got 99%, even then he was not happy. These are sensitive people who feel that exam is the final conclusion in the life. And parental pressures are also over the children. You can see on the left side, girl fails to recite numbers, father kills his daughter. And on the right side, daddy fails to purchase uniform, girl ends life. As a teacher, you should be sensitized to all these issues. You should be aware of these things. Then we can discharge our duties in a better way. Student plagiarism. Many times we think plagiarism is a point for rural or interior places. No, it is everywhere because human nature is common irrespective of where they are. And this is a news like teacher booked for forgery and Delhi minister's fake degree. This was also a news item. And thousands of CMJU degrees to be invalid. This also we know. And interestingly, there are some fake universities. Every time UGC gives the list of fake universities on its website. One of the fake university VC was running a Andabba in Varanasi. Okay, but on the other side, our students, they get very good marks in the colleges, but employment is not there for them. And you can see the gruesome situations. For 23 lakh in race for 368 peons posts in Uttar Pradesh. They include higher qualifications also. And 5 MPhils and 984 graduates apply for jobs as porters in Mumbai port. And 992 PhDs among 19 lakh who took Tamil Nadu clerk level job test. So you can see the situation of the present Indian education system. Let us see some of the students' feedback on unprofessional behavior of teachers. Of course, this research was done in US. You can see, just for an idea, you are a better teacher. These are just for an idea. They say that the unprofessional behavior of teachers are like poor teaching, learning not occurring. That means the teacher is not observing whether student has learnt or not. Communication with students, many times it happens. Some of the teachers, they are not communicating with the students. This I currently got, because now with the information technology more, I got one video where the student has recorded teacher's lecture in the classroom. Was from computer, internet. Teacher was simply standing towards the screen and reading and reading and reading. So poor communication with students. The students has taken a video and circulated it. It is very sad situation. That is what they say, poor communication with students and uncaring, no explanation, simply reading and going on, being overly emotional, off-task behaviors, poor classroom management. I should say a teacher is a manager also. One has to manage the classroom. And poor teaching indicators according to students are notes board not in order. Nowadays with PowerPoint and other things, the writing is more clear, and no instruction, no help with not keeping student attention to learning, having students do all of the grading, discouraging learning, and these two are also important. Reading word for word from book or not following textbook. Both are contradictory. Both are in extreme sides. One teacher reads, as I said, all that is given on the slides, they give point to point, reading only. Whereas there are other teachers who don't follow the textbook and they say whatever they feel. I still remember 40 years back when we did our MSc, there was one professor who used to say between the lines. So we never understood what topic he was talking. Like that. There are some and the next point is assigning what students don't know how to do, or only assigning questions from book itself. Both are also contradictory and experiments. Assigning questions from the book itself, they can easily go through the book, read it and give the answer. And sometimes giving the questions which students don't know how to do it, and without any explanation also, without giving any clue. So these two are also poor teaching indicators. And having silly stories instead of teaching and sitting at desk the whole class, all these are poor teaching indicators according to the students. And now coming to the point of changing role of teachers, we can see the teacher's role has changed a lot, maybe in recent times. Even after COVID-19, it has changed very abruptly from classroom teaching to online teaching, where no one is trained, no one don't know how to do it. But even then, the role has changed. Now everyone has to go online. Online has become order of the day. You can see education can be viewed as the transmission of values and accumulated knowledge of the society. Since ancient times, in primitive cultures, life was more static and education was enculturation only. The next generation was taught how to hunting, how to save from natural calamities, how to save from the cruel animals, all these things. That was enculturation. But slowly the societies grew up and knowledge also grown up. Then the education experience has become less directly related to daily life, but engaged in transmitting more distilled knowledge. Because there is a knowledge explosion. So it was earlier parents were the teachers. There were no separate teachers. It was a home education. But slowly, with the increasing knowledge and knowledge explosion, it was parents could not transmit all the knowledge. So a specialist called teacher has emerged to transmit this knowledge, which was acquired over the generations. So, but the basic concept is education is not knowledge alone, but the capacity to utilize it. That is most important. One small example is a person who did BCom or MCom, he or she don't know what is a challan, what is a bank draft, because they don't know how to use it. They might have read about demand drafts, what bank securities and all these things, but they don't know how to, what is a DD, what is a challan. So like that, the education purpose is the capacity to utilize it. That is most important. And teaching has been regarded as a noble profession since the advent of civilization and is one of the oldest professions. And in a recent survey, it is said India is one of the countries where teachers are respected highly. And teacher is regarded as an embodiment of moral and ethical values. In a rural area, if you see a teacher, Guruji jo bole wahi final. Village accepts what the teacher says. But though every individual is born with a collection of abilities and talents, it is the teacher who helps individuals in identifying their potential and achieving heights. I have shown you at the beginning itself what Abdul Kalam has thought. We all know Abdul Kalam's background. He was son of a poor person, but even then, his teachers have identified his talent and they helped him, they guided him. You go to Chennai, you go to Bangalore, like that, and they have sharpened his skills and shown a guide. And the teacher's role, I believe, is like a guide only. And even in 21st century, the teacher, the old concept of sage on the stage, teacher is like a sage on the stage. In olden days, if teacher says something, that is final. Every teacher wants to maintain a pin drop silence in the class. No questions. I remember when I studied +2, our mathematics teacher was handling around 200 students. I studied in English medium. English medium and Telugu medium students, he used to combine. Around 200 students he used to control. Even last bench person is yarning. He used to say that red color shirt, stand up, don't yarn. Like that. Teacher was like a sage on the stage. There were no questions, simply listening to it. But in today's time, the teachers have changed to as a guide on the side. To maintain so much strict discipline in the class, students are also more individualistic. So there will be problems. So we should be like a guide on the side. While you are talking, they may see the Google and put questions which are beyond that, like that. So the old concept of Indian education was wisdom with knowledge. Knowledge should be there. Wisdom is using the knowledge. That is more important. As I said, a BCom student's example. Knowledge is not only the end. Wisdom also should be inculcated. Education is a process of human enlightenment and empowerment. Teacher is a crucial change agent in this transformation. We felt education was treated as both a training to mind and soul. Bob Talbot, this quotation I liked much. It says, teaching kids to count is fine, but teaching them what counts is best. Teaching them 1, 2, 3, 4 is good, but what counts in the life, that has to be taught. Many times we feel, सर ये कभी कभी कहाँ होता है, आज को हमको सिलेबस पूरा करने का भी टाइम नहीं मिलता है. But still, I will give you a solution in this. The main task of teacher is to bring out the inner potential of their students and chiseling their mental faculties. But ये तो simple task नहीं है. For achieving this, teacher is supposed to be endowed with multiplicity of skills and versatility in adapting suitable techniques and methods of teaching according to the makeup, temperament and learning style of the students in the class. If I did my PhD from IIT Bombay and I am posted to Gadchiroli, if I say Bombay IIT is so great, what is the fun you people are waste? If I say like that, I am unfit to be a teacher there. We should adjust our capability to the classroom situation. That's why one should be able to, a teacher needs multiple skills. That's why these HRDCs conduct, invite various experts to give you taste of various skills that are needed. You can see the topics are also very wide variety of topics because teachers are needed to be multi-talented or multi-skilled. The present scenario is we are giving emphasis on imparting syllabus-bound knowledge because we don't have time to cover even the syllabus also. That's why we complete the syllabus, we are running behind the syllabus. The working days are less. Teachers are given more activities outside. That's why we also could not spare time. It is a book-based teaching of the prescribed curriculum by the teachers. Of course, there are exceptionally good teachers among us, but problem comes from the unmotivated teaching fraternity. This is one important point. Good teachers are classroom researchers. That is what I said. If my classroom is below average, I should try to make up them. I have to adjust my teaching according to their standard, not up to my standard. So that is most important. And which even outside also, teachers are seen as wage earners like any other government or corporate office. But the teachers deserve a higher level of respect and honor as they are making the future society and the development of the nation. They are called nation builders. Then how to restore their lost respect? As I said, Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu say, Matru Devo Bhava, Pitru Devo Bhava. Then next one is Acharya Devo Bhava. After the biological parents, teacher is given the great respect because he gives the birth to the responsible citizen in the society. So how to restore that? Let us see some of these points. Many times we think, sir, society है पूरा ऐसा हो गया, हम क्या करेंगे? This is a slight example where passengers push start frozen plane in Siberia. आपको याद होगा जब हम older days when buses were stopping, nowadays we don't face such experience. When the government buses they were stopping, conductor used to say, all people get down, gents go back and push the bus. Isn't it? We remember that. Maybe 40, 50 years back. Similarly, these people, when the plane in Siberia, it was stuck in a frozen ice, the passengers, they got down and they push started the plane also. We can't imagine it, but it happened. That's what I say, little efforts, great results. Let us start doing whatever is possible. Then in the classroom, then after some time you may see that you are doing a great work. So come to the point of, are the teachers professionals? Because we have to discuss on professional ethics and professional behavior. Let us see whether what is the definition of a professional and whether teachers fit into that. And in the present practice of higher education teaching, a common practice or misunderstanding about teaching is that if one knows his or her subject, then he or she can become automatically teach it well. Because in the interviews also you will be seen whether you have a first class marks or you are a gold medalist or you have a PhD, all these things. That means you are good in key subject. Then you are directly appointed. Even for school teaching, there was BA training or diploma in education training. Whereas for higher education, there was no teaching training. All those with subject knowledge, they are automatically recruited into teaching faculty. But having a subject knowledge doesn't guarantee that he or she can become best teacher. Of course, some may be there out of their own interest. As I said in the beginning, if we are interested, we can make it. Then who are called professionals? A profession is the practice of an occupation that requires more than ordinary amount of complex knowledge. Simply knowing ordinary amount of knowledge is not sufficient to become a professional. Acquired by persistent and systematic study and authoritatively certified. Okay, there are three important points. One should have more than ordinary knowledge. Anyone can knowledge through Google or whatever it is, but that is not sufficient to become a professional. And also, it is acquired by persistent and systematic study. There should be a guided study and authoritatively certified. That means a recognized university. It should certify. Then only a profession can be entered by a professional. What are the characteristics of a professional? Specialized knowledge and competence acquired and certified through an academic degree. For practicing a lawyer, one should be a LLB from a recognized university. And need for adopting a lifelong learning approach. One should be ready to have a lifelong learning approach. Then a professional has a social commitment. This is also important. Not only money earning, they have a social commitment. Even a doctor who is a professional, he has a social commitment. And there will be a professional code of ethics and one should be followed. Personal accountability and public obligation are important qualities of a professional. Personal accountability. If a doctor is performing an operation, he has a personal accountability. He tries to do it in a perfect way because he has a personal accountability to do it. And he has a public obligation. And a professional differs from any trade or business or job which targets personal gain or money earning alone. If you are going to a merchant, a shop, you buy a toothpaste and you have given money, you have purchased it. That's all. There ends the matter. But in a profession, it is not like that. The relation between doctor and patient, lawyer and client, teacher and student is more than that between merchant and customer. If a patient goes to a doctor, he or she has to give all the details. Okay, there is no secrecy because they have a faith on the doctor that he will maintain that secrecy with him only. He will not share it with others. Similarly, a client also goes to a lawyer. They have to give complete details, facts of the case. Then it is duty of the advocate to argue in the court and get winning for the client. Similar is the situation between teacher and a student. A student comes to the teacher with a faith in the teacher, respect to the teacher, that they should help them in proper way. If the teacher reveals that issue in the classroom and insult the student, then that trust is broken. So the relation between doctor and patient, lawyer and client, teacher and student is more than that between a merchant and a customer. If the toothpaste you purchased is outdated or it is old, you can go and argue with the merchant because it was only a money relation. And so this comes because of the status of the lawyer, doctor and teacher in the society. They are highly respected. Code of ethics, what is that? It is formulating and enforcing a code of ethics is one characteristic for professionals. Every profession will have a code of ethics separately for them, not the disciplinary rules. What the government of India or government of Maharashtra implements, that is different. And code of ethics is a list of do's and don'ts for all the members of that profession with a view to protect the clients from any exploitation from the professionals. Code of ethics is a do's and don'ts for all the members so that the professional will not exploit the clients in any way. For example, patients are not in a position to protect themselves with the unethical behavior of a doctor. If a doctor's relative is having a test center, so doctor may suggest all sorts of tests, whether they are needed or not, to the patient. We don't know whether it is needed or not, but still he may do it. So to avoid such things, there are code of ethics for doctors. Similarly, the code of behavior considered correct for a particular group or professionals or individuals is known as code of ethics. The code of ethics is separate, is set of principles which govern the behavior of that group or professional or in the individuals. So in this way, it is prepared by the concerned professionals only. For doctors, it is prepared by Medical Council of India. For lawyers, it will be done by Bar Council of India. Similarly, for teachers, recently UGC has issued Code of Ethics. That we will discuss in detail. And in legal profession, the lawyer's duties include duty to provide advice completely. Okay. He cannot say that मैंने ये नहीं पढ़ा है. He has to study thoroughly and then give complete advice. Duty to consult the whole law. Even if he doesn't know, he has to refer the whole law, maybe yesterday's Supreme Court judgment, and argue the case. And conduct himself or herself in a manner befitting his or her status as an officer of the court. He has to behave in a proper way. And as a privileged member of the community, that is also very important. And another important point is a professional should have a personal commitment of service beyond the normal 8 hours duty. That is also important. The professional is not bound for office hours. They are ready to work anywhere. Then under the above criteria, let us see, can we treat teachers as professionals? The term professional is an adjective and refers to behavior. It is not a designation. Okay. Professional is an adjective referred to the behavior. Basic principles is that professional performance and adherence to the code of ethics is a personal commitment from each member of the professional body. This is also important. Code of ethics is a personal commitment, not there are any disciplinary rules to impose fines on you. It is a personal commitment. If teachers know what they are doing and they are proud of what they are doing, and if they prescribe to and follow the ethics, then it is, yes, teachers are professionals. Then what is the basic principles of ethics? It is a balance between I and we. Many times we see a selfishness comes in, then people become very selfish. हर चीज मुझे ही मिलना है या मेरे फैमिली मेंबर को मिलना है. और nepotism is very great, and in that way we see it everywhere. Politics, business, or wherever it goes, in distributing positions, all these things. So ethics is a balance between I and we, and ethics is a moral choice. Okay, and it deals with true meaning of the words good, bad, right, wrong, etc. And it is a normative science of the conduct of humans living in society. It deals with voluntary actions of sane and human beings. Okay, and matured human beings. For children, you cannot say, you cannot implement ethics. They don't know anything. If there are chocolates, they eat it because they don't know whether they are theirs or others. Similarly, it is related to voluntary actions, okay, which you are doing voluntarily, knowingly. For example, an army person is there in the border and his duty is to kill the enemies if they are encroaching into our land. There is no option for them. So at that time, we cannot impose ethics on them because it is not a voluntary action. They are bound to do it, so we cannot impose ethics on them. Similarly, let us see for the professional ethics for teachers. We can see this one, just a cartoon you can see. The question is, exam is going on and how important are ethics in today's society. So you can see how they are writing the exam. So ethics we should follow, we should be a role model, then we can teach. Ethics for teachers is not only a Indian phenomena, across the globe. There, the ethics for teachers. And generally it teaches in 6 parts. One part is, as a teacher, what are your self-responsibilities? Then about with how you have to deal with students, how you have to deal with your own colleagues, how you have to deal with non-teaching staff, with management, with parents, with society. All these things, they are included in various codes of ethics across the globe. And UGC has given measures for the maintenance of standards in higher education or code of professional ethics. They have said it is maintenance of standards in higher education. They have not said these are the disciplinary rules. You can understand the difference. Okay. And the first part is teachers and their responsibility. Whoever adopts teaching as a profession assumes the obligation to conduct himself or herself in accordance with the ideal of the profession. So once you have become teacher, you should behave in a proper way which is fit for a teacher. What the society sees you, that we have to have it. A teacher is constantly under the scrutiny of his students and the society at large. Therefore, every teacher should see that there is no incompatibility between his perception and practice. So even after college or university hours, you will be viewed as a teacher only. Even their parents, they will introduce their parents to you as our teacher. So even outside, the behavior should be befitting to be a teacher. The national ideals of education, they have to be inculcated among the students. And the teachers should be patient and communicative by temperament and amiable. So teachers should not have a sharp angries, and they should be patient and communicative by temperament. Teachers should adhere to a responsible pattern of conduct and demeanor expected from them by the community, and manage their private affairs in a manner consistent with the dignity of the profession. So we cannot think that we are for 8 hours duty only in the college or university and outside is my personal life. But even that is the difference between any government employee and a teacher. Government employee is not known to many outside, whereas teacher is known to many by their knowledge, by their wisdom, with their behavior, with their values, with their ethics. So you are identified outside and seek to make professional growth continuous through study and research. Research is also one part of our activity, and express free and frank opinion by participation in professional meetings, seminars, conferences, etc. towards the community knowledge. The thing is, many times we attend conferences simply sitting and coming out, but that is not proper. You are supposed to express free and frank opinion by participation at professional meetings, seminars, conferences, etc. You are not blaming anyone, you are sharing the knowledge or clarifying your own doubts. Okay? For all this, one important point is best teachers teach from the heart, not from the book. So if you teach from the heart, you will automatically become best teacher. Maintain active membership of professional organizations to improve educational profession through them, and perform their duties in the form of teaching, tutorial, practical, seminar, research work, etc. And they have to do it conscientiously with dedication. That is more important. Okay? Cooperate and assist in carrying out functions relating to the educational responsibilities of the college and the university, such as assisting in appraising applications for admission, advising and counseling students, and examinations, NAC inspections, and all these things, invigilation, paper valuation, etc. etc. Participate in extension, co-curricular, extracurricular activities, including community service. So all these are part of the, as an individual, what are teachers' role? It was mentioned in the part 1. In the part 2, it is teachers and the students, how teachers should behave along with the students. Respect the right and dignity of the student in expressing his or her opinion. This is very important. Many times, that is what I said, unprofessional behavior of teachers. No. Some teacher may comment, अरे आप सभी लोग ऐसी हैं, पूछना नहीं. Never repeat that point in the class. More than that, they should encourage such people to with more and more interaction. But some teachers may not behave in a proper way. Deal justly and impartially with students regardless of their religion, caste, political, economic, social and physical characteristics. Recognize the difference in aptitude and capabilities among students and strive to meet their individual needs. There are always intelligent students, medium students and low students. Generally, some teachers, they go with the intelligent students. Every time after saying 10 minutes class, they ask that student only one question. He says yes, then teacher proceeds. So the all others will remain like that. So it should not be. Teacher has to recognize the difference in aptitude and capabilities. They try to encourage them, improve them. Encourage students to improve their attainments, develop their personalities, and at the same time contribute to the community. And we have to develop scientific outlook also in the and physical labor. NSS and these things, they have that. And this point is one very thought-provoking concept. Barbara Coloros, if kids come to us from strong, healthy, functioning families, it makes our job easier. If the student is already having a tuition, we need not explain them because they can afford tuition. So they go to the tuitions, they come to the class for attendance. So we need not tell much. But if they do not come from strong, healthy, functioning families, it makes our job more important. Okay, we can understand this difference. So be affectionate to the students and not behave in a vindictive manner towards any of them for any reason. If the student is behaving differently, don't show any vindictive behavior because teacher should have a higher level of attitude to the students. Pay attention only to the attainment of the student in the assessment of merit. Don't see their background. Okay? Make themselves available to the students even beyond class hours and help and guide students without any remuneration or reward. Comes the private tuitions. We have to help them to understand our national goals and refrain from inciting students against. This is also important. Philippines also there is a teacher's code. I have put in one relevant part. Everyone understand local customs and traditions in order to have sympathetic attitude. Therefore, refrain from disparaging the community. As I said earlier, if you have done PhD from IIT Bombay or from foreign countries and criticizing the local conditions, which college you are working, all these things, they are not appropriate for a teacher. Now comes part 3 where teachers and colleagues, they are mentioned. Treat other members of the profession in the same manner as they themselves wish to be treated. तो यदि हम दूसरे लोग हमको रेस्पेक्ट देना सोचते हैं तो हम भी रेस्पेक्ट देना चाहिए. Okay? Speak respectfully of other teachers and render assistance for professional betterment. कभी कभी उनके कम करके बात करना अच्छा नहीं है. We have to speak respectfully to about the other teachers also. Refrain from enlarging unsubstantial allegations against the higher authorities and refrain from allowing considerations of caste, creed, etc. in their professional endeavor. Don't go for these things. Next point is teachers and authorities. Teachers should discharge their professional responsibilities according to the existing rules and adhere to procedures and methods consistent with their profession in initiating steps through their own institutional bodies. So we have to do the professional responsibilities also as assigned to them. Refrain from undertaking any other employment and commitment, including private tuitions and coaching classes. Okay. Cooperate in the formulation of policies of the institutions and cooperate through their organizations in the formulations of other institutions also. We have to cooperate with the authorities betterment of the institution and should adhere to the conditions of the contract, give and expect due notice before a change of position, etc. Okay, teachers and non-teaching staff. Teachers should treat the non-teaching staff as colleagues and equal partners in a cooperative undertaking within every educational institution. We are in a science subject, you know the importance of non-teaching staff in the laboratory. Okay, if you are in a computer teacher, you know the computer maintenance, which is done by non-teaching staff. So we have to, because education process is not a individual process, it is a holistic process where it involves several people. We have to take everyone with us so that it goes smoothly. Teachers should help in the function of joint staff councils covering both teachers and the non-teaching staff. And guardians. Try to see through teachers' bodies and arguments that institutions maintain contact with the guardians. Their students send reports of their performance to the guardians wherever necessary and meet the guardians in meetings convened for the purpose. So we know parent-teacher meetings mostly in schools, but nowadays they are organizing even for colleges and universities also. Even nowadays, the student attendance daily comes to the parents as a SMS every day. So in that way, they maintain contact with the guardians. Because if the 3 years or 4 years, student was not regular, he was not sincere in efforts, and after 3 or 4 years, the parent will come fight with the college that you have not treated properly. Because we failed in communicating to them whether their son or daughter was regular or whether they were studying properly or not. So we should maintain contact with the guardians also. Teachers and society. Recognize that education is a public service and we should inform the society about what we are doing. That is most important. Otherwise, people will think ये फलाना कॉलेज है या यूनिवर्सिटी है, ये रहते थे पहले 50 साल से रहा है, अभी वो क्या करते हैं हमको पता नहीं. That should not be. We should inform the local people what we are doing. Work to improve education in the community and strengthen the community's moral and intellectual life. Many times these society-oriented activities like NSS, tree plantation, and all these things, Swachh Bharat, all these activities, they are helping to be in touch with the society. Every teacher, this is again the Philippines Code of Ethics, every teacher shall help the school keep the people in the community informed about the school's work and accomplishments as well as its needs and problems. Sometimes we see our college student got All India first rank like that. So we give press releases and people will know this college is doing good, this college is doing like this. And also if we need anything for our institution, we may approach them and share with them. Next, coming to the next point of Code of Research Ethics, that was also on the UGC website, 2017. They have given promotion of academic integrity and prevention of plagiarism. It is also available. Let us see. There are 3 points: what, why, and how. What we are going to do it in a research that we should know, because our objective should be clear. Title should be clear, then that will limit your research, because you all know that research has no limit. Someone may study the population of a particular area. It can be extended to the entire city, it can be extended to entire state, it can be extended to entire country. There is no limit. So we should have a clear concept of what we want to do it, the limitations, and why we want to do it, because a research should. And most important point is how we are going to do it. That our research, if to be published or to be recognized across the globe, the methodology is most important. You can do any work, whatever is relevant to your own area or your own specialization, your own capability, and your own availability of resources, but the methodology is most important. So the various steps are research problem, then research question, then research design, data collection, data analysis, and research dissemination. These are important steps in a research. And The research work done by a student in the form of essays, assignments, term papers, project reports, coursework, thesis, and dissertation, leading to the award of degrees, research papers, policy papers, chapters in books, full-fledged books, and any other work, including computer programs, is instrumental in identifying and certifying the academic standards accomplished by such students. So, all these are counted towards research, and these rules they shall apply to the students, researchers, faculty, and staff of all higher education institutions in the country. These rules, the Code of Ethics, Research Ethics, published by UGC, they are applicable even to the students. Author includes a student or a faculty or a researcher or staff of higher education institution who claims to be the creator of that work under consideration. So, and there are various situations. And what is plagiarism? It says plagiarism means an act of academic dishonesty and violation of ethics. It involves using someone else's work as one's own. It also includes data plagiarism and self-plagiarism. So, there are different levels of plagiarism. Nowadays, there are so many softwares available. Before sending it or submission, you can apply it to that software and it will automatically tell you. The similarities up to 10% they are excluded. About 10 to 40% is level 1, 40 to 60 is level 2, 60 above is level 3, and there are different levels of penalties for each level, and repeated plagiarism is there is enhanced penalty on the repeated plagiarism. Sometimes we think हर एक तो यही कर रहे, हम क्या करने में क्या दिक्कत है? So for such thinking, this is one point. Wrong is wrong, and even if everyone is doing it. The best example is when you are stopping at a traffic signal, जब और कहीं से लोग नहीं आ रहे तो रेड सिग्नल होगा तो भी लोग चले जाते, इवन दो इट इज रॉन्ग. हर एक फॉलो करते रहते, आपके जो पीछे खड़ा है वो भी हार्न बजाते रहते हैं, आप भी जाओ, सभी लोग जा रहे हैं. बट द थिंग इज राइट इज राइट इवन इफ नो वन इज डूइंग इट. So if you follow the signal and you may observe others are also following you, there will be people who stop once you stop there. So wrong is wrong. हर एक कर रहे तो हम भी कर सकते हैं. That is not correct. And do what is right, not what is easy. Plagiarism, this quotation is more important because getting someone else's work is very easy, but that is not proper. We have to do what is right. Do try to compile your own activities and do it. And present day working environment is also like that. The information communication technologies, right to information, all these have changed the working environment totally. Even the present COVID conditions have also brought everything into open. In earlier times, teaching in a classroom was like a black box of a flight. No one outside knows what is taught in the classroom. What the teacher taught, no one knows outside, isn't it? It was like a black box. Whereas in today's time, it has changed. And as I said earlier, I received a video in which the lecturer who downloaded the matter from Wikipedia, and all 45 minutes, she turned to the screen and continuously reading the matter. Not a single time she turned back to face the students. The student has taken 45 minutes video. So now we are open. Every classroom is open. Now we are going online also. So we should be more careful and more accountable, whatever we teach. Next point is professional network and relationships. As I said, teachers are professionals. So we have to acquire some of the characteristics or the activities of professionals. Let us see what is the professional network. Professional network means networking is a deliberate activity to build, reinforce, and maintain relations of trust with other people to further your goals. So many times what we think is, we see many teachers who are very sincere to their teaching. Simply they go to the class, they are best teachers, they teach, they come back. They maintain very less contact with others, not outside. They are from college or university to the house only. They don't go anywhere. No need to go also, but we have to be a professional. We have to maintain a network. Networking is deliberate. It is a deliberate activity, not a by casual or by chance activity. It is a you have to do it by deliberately to build, reinforce, and maintain relationships of trust, not a matter of relationship of convenience or relationship of usefulness for personal gains. No, there should be a trust. Then only they continue the relationship with other people to further your goals. Professional networking is the networking focused on professional goals. For example, if you are a history teacher, you want to attend some conferences, you want to send your students to some places, or you want to guide them, for better further education into better institution. For all this, you need a networking. If you know someone in Bombay IIT, you can suggest them. For example, when we had a Royal Society of Chemistry lectures from IIT Bombay and TFR, I used to tell them, you tell to the students, our students of Gadchiroli, Gondia, Nagpur and other places, I tell them, you explain them your summer internship activities also, where they provide TADA and all expenses. They meet and they invite students to stay in their campus for 1 week or 1 month like that. And they used to share that information. And I am happy that some of our students from Chandrapur, Wardha or Gadchiroli, they attended those summer internships in Bombay, IIT and other places. That is good because through the networking, we could suggest better ways for our students. The purpose of professional networking is to achieve professional goals, and building a network is not a one-time activity. It is a part of your work life and you have to invest your time. Many times we say, मुझे मेरे पास टाइम नहीं है, इतना टाइम कहाँ करेंगे, नेटवर्क मेंटेन करना है तो बातें करना है, जाना है, but you have to do it. That is essential. How to develop? To be present at events and other functions that are platforms for professional networking like conferences, academic events, and many times we neglect our own colleagues. That is also important to develop a professional network. Office and other workplaces, they are also good place for networking. Be active by communicating with people. Share your knowledge and contacts with others. Stay relevant, learn new things, stay up to date with new developments in your profession. And you have to master small talks. This lecture is for 1.5 hours, but some many times people may not have that much time. Within a short span, you have to convey them the message. They should get the idea that you are capable. So they want to continue relation with you. Or they want to, you should convey that you are sincere. Then they want to continue the association with you like that. Communicate with people, make people comfortable. Don't show your arrogance or ego so that the others should be comfortable. Then that relation will continue. Be active in social networking. Nowadays, it is more important, like Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, all these. They are more networking sites, and they will help you to get contacts, professional contacts across the globe. And all relationships work in both directions. So you can't just expect. You have to reach out to others when they need help. Not only getting help, you have to be ready to help others. Then only a relationship continues. And tips for professional network is reach out to right people, identify the people and reach out to them. Keep in touch with your contacts. Not a one-time activity. I met them 20 years back. No, you have to keep in touch with them. Build your professional network online, as I said, and attend professional networking events and do favors for your contacts, whatever you can do. If someone says, हम नागपुर आ रहे, वहाँ ये क्या-क्या है देखने के लिए, we have to tell them. Or what are the institutions? If someone is coming to Nagpur for his or her daughter's admission, you should try to help them. So these are small helps. These need not be out of the way helps. Whatever possible, if you can help, that will make you to continue the association. Coming to the professional relationships, success of any personal or professional endeavors mostly depend on relationships. Even if you are in a IAS officer, simply giving an order that don't work. You have to maintain a relation with the entire network, then only it works. Dictatorship is not possible in today's time. And a team's success also depends on strong relationship and bond among its members. If all are working together, then only there will be a success. If everyone is doing in their own, it will not work. So relationship, even for team success, is also needed. Productive relationships are developed through networking. And it is said, your network is your net worth. So whatever you maintain, that shows your value. And tips for developing professional relationships are: be clear in your goals for networking relationships. You should have a clear idea why you want to maintain a relationship. Know where to do networking and with whom. Take the first step by reaching out. Don't wait that till they call you or till they talk to you. Wait, don't. No. Take your first step because you thought that they will be useful for your professional goal. To develop a relationship, one should manage time. जैसा मैंने कहा था मेरे पास टाइम नहीं है, मैं बहुत बिजी हूँ, ऐसा नहीं है. Because professional relation is must part of your duty, so you have to maintain time. In a relationship, both parties should be benefited. So give value to the relationship and develop the habit of introducing people and make effort to connect to others. Not only that you are connected, you have to connect other people also, so that it will be a wider network. It can be benefited. And personalize encounters as much as you can. Try to make a phone call, even if you are unable to go. That will maintain a professional relationship. Reintroduce, remind, check in, and follow up. You might have met them 10 years back, you try to reintroduce them. We met in that conference. So again, start contacting. And remain visible, keep active in the platforms, improve your products and services to maintain a reputation. All these relationships work only if you maintain quality. You should be perfect in your own work. Then only you will be identified. If you are below standard person, no one will allow you to come in. And network in all directions. Ask for help in networking. When you need a help, ask them. Okay? Say thanks and congratulations. If they helped you, thank them. If they achieved something, congratulate them. Documenting network efforts. Write out what you are doing so that it will be documented. You will find out. When we record something, write something, we will see whether we are doing properly or not. Thinking is different. When you write it, you will find where we are lacking. So try to write it out and make networking a habit. That is very must, so that you will be successful in your own professional activities. Let me show you some of our, because we have thought about, we reach out to the tribal areas through the networking of NGOs. They are no way connected to education, but we go to the Gadchiroli, we go to the Melghat tribals in the name of Gyan Ganga. And these are the left side are the tribal young students in Korchi Taluk. They took admissions. Similarly, we go to red light areas, female sex workers, we help them through the Red Cross Hospital. We go to educate them through distance education. And this is also a network exam. And we go to outreach program for transgenders. When you want to do some outreach program, networking is most important, because we cannot go. They will not listen to us directly. We go to the NGOs because they are in touch with those unreached sections of the society. So they help us in reaching out to them. Similarly, we go to the prisoners. We organize courses. I am happy that in prison till now we have more than 1100 prisoners doing various courses of IGNO. On the right side, you can see some have received their BA and MA degrees through IGNO. And we organize individual counseling, group counseling also. And we go to the Mandalekha village in Gadchiroli, and we go to the Devaji Tofa into his village Gram Sabha, and we talk to the student. These are the rural girls. And we conduct exams also. And for anything, I remember this quotation by Sister Mother Teresa. It is not how much you do, but how much love you put in the doing. That is what my first slide says. So if you love your job, you can do better. You can do best. And many times I said, system hi aisa hum kya karna hai? Remember this, start by doing what is necessary in your class, then what is possible. Then you will go to the next step. What is possible in the class? then suddenly you will find that you are doing the impossible. What you thought sometime back, that has become possible. We received National Gold Medal for our best services, and thank you very much for patiently listening to me. I once again thank the HRDC RTMNU for this opportunity.
Thank you so much, sir,
Any
for your
questions?
wonderful
Thank you.
session. Friends, if you have any query, you can ask to sir. We are having 5 to 10 minutes more. आपको कुछ क्वेरीज होगी तो आप सर से डिस्कस कर सकते हैं. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
ओके. तुम्हाला काही क्वेश्चन्स असतील तर तुम्ही सरांना विचारू शकता.
Okay.
नो क्वेश्चन.
हमारा एक अच्छा टीचर का रिकग्निशन है, वो स्टूडेंट्स के साथ तो बहुत क्लोजली बिहेव करते हैं, एंड दे यूज टू रेस्पॉन्ड टू द सेंसिटिव टू द स्टूडेंट. और किसी के स्टूडेंट का क्वेश्चन होगा तो पूछ सकते हैं, या चैट बॉक्स में भी टाइप कर सकते हैं.
Yes, you can write your question in chat box also.
Hello, madam. I would like to ask a question to sir.
Yes, yeah.
Please.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Tell me.
Sir, what I would like to ask is, as I belong to a remote area, and nowadays we have to teach everything online. We are still fighting for the basics like internet connection and mobile network. How can we handle the situation in remote areas?
That is the situation everywhere. That's why in the national education policy, you see, I will tell you, not the immediate solution, but what they suggested is, nowadays people have access to TV, isn't it? People
Yes,
have access to radios. So they suggest that community radio will be a better option. That's why I said it is not the immediate solution. And also in
Okay.
Telangana, government has done a good experiment that they fixed schedules for classes and they are giving classes through television.
Okay.
So, and they say that the attendance was 87%, 90% also. But at present, and there is another concept is, if the villages are having, nowadays the majority of the villages, they are digitalized, village panchayats. If they are there, we can use
Exactly.
those village panchayat set TV sets and internet connection also, if they are there.
Okay.
These are the options. And there is another concept is, now we have the common resource centers. I think Maharashtra we call as e-resource centers, or
Yes, sir.
they are also having the internet and other connections. We can suggest there. Okay?
Okay.
And another point
Okay.
is
Thank you very
offline.
much.
Nowadays in remote areas, getting signal is also very difficult. We have students
Exactly,
from
sir, exactly.
Gadchiroli. We have students from Gadchiroli who call in the night, 9 o'clock or 9:30. They say that
Exactly.
उनको signal अभी मिलता है. So there is
Yes.
a delayed version of, we record the video lectures and send them.
Okay.
They can see whenever they get a connection.
Okay. As per their convenience.
As per their, when they get a signal, that is more important.
Exactly, sir.
Okay? These are some of the
Okay.
alternatives.
Thank you so very much.
Of course. Thank you.
Sir, one question from me. What do you mean by master small talk?
Master small talk means, that is what we have to, because when we are in a meeting, we don't get a full-time lecture for 1 hour. So within 5 minutes, we should be able to express what we know, like a tip of the iceberg. So other persons will know what we know, or they will get a curiosity, इनसे आगे बात करना है. ठीक? We should be able to express our ideas in a small talk, 5 minutes. Express ourselves. जो हमारा अंदर क्या है वो दिखाना है उनको 5 मिनट में या शॉर्ट टॉक में, so that तीनों रखने के लिए इंटरेस्ट दिखाएगा हमारे साथ. Okay?
Okay. Okay.
That is the meaning of mastering small talk. When you go in a group of network of 100 people, everyone cannot get 100 minute, 1 hour talk time. So you should meet only just I am Jageshwar Keche, and
Yes,
you
yes.
have to tell very briefly about yourself. Then they will want to continue your association. Okay, there is one question now.
Hello, sir.
Priyadarshini Deshmukh. If any
Hello,
teacher
sir.
of RTMNU want to become a part of teaching in remote area, then is there any program run by RTMNU?
Hello, sir.
Just a moment. Once participant asked, Nandakumarji, just wait.
Okay, sir.
Priyadarshini Deshmukh says, if any teacher of RTMNU want to become a part of teaching in remote area, then is there any program run by RTMNU? So there may be TV programs and there may be video lectures. Even the MOOCs are also one important point through which you can reach to remote areas. Okay, you can discuss in that. Nandkumar Dhawaleji, please.
Hello, sir. You have said
Hello.
about the teachers and the. Hello, sir. Am I audible, sir? Hello,
Tell me.
sir.
Yes,
Am
yes.
I audible?
Tell me.
Sir, you said
Tell me.
about the
Hello.
teachers past and present and
Tell.
changing role of teachers. Earlier, as I said that we are in Indian culture, we do have a huge respect. We said Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Deva Maheshwara, and
Correct.
nowadays the situations were earlier were like that, but nowadays we see that the parents are not that much curious about their child's education, especially in higher education. We see that parents who are they are curious about their children, those who are studying in 10th standard, 12th standard, but after 12th standard exactly don't know what happens. They really not that much curious, or they don't care about their child's education. As we all of those who are attending this coursework or FIP, so we all are senior college lecturers, and we all know that the parents, especially, I don't know the exact situation in the urban areas, but in rural areas they're totally they are not connected with the teachers or the colleges. They give the liberty to their students, go to their college and do whatever you want to do whatever you want to study. So what, as a teacher, what we need to, my question is that as a teacher, what we need to do to be more connected with the parents and as you said with the society.
Very valid question. There are two points which I covered. One is that networking, professional networking, because parents are also in the code of ethics also it is mentioned. There is a unit on teachers relation with the guardians.
Yes, sir.
We have to start, as I said, in the professional relation, we have to take the first step. You invite the parents to a parent teacher meeting, which may not be common in colleges, but as suggested in the code of ethics, if you start that, at least in the first meeting there may be 10 parents, next meeting there may be 15 parents, and then slowly we have to introduce them to know about their children, and then it may increase. At least something is better than nothing, isn't it? All may not come in the first meeting, but slowly we may have to start connecting to the parents also, so that they will be interested. उनको बोलिए ये कोर्स करने में ये होता है, ये करने में ऐसा होता है. Then they will show interest and some may guide their children also. That is what I feel, that take the first step in a professional relationship and do something. Others may not be doing, you start it and others will follow you. That is what I feel.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you. Any questions?
Any question from audience? So I think, sir, there is no question. So
Sir, one more question from my side. Sir, you have talked about the plagiarism. We all know that nowadays this is increasing. though there is a software, though there is a norms by UGC. So what exactly as a teacher and as a learner, what we need to do to do this mistakes, to less mistakes of this plagiarism, or to be away from plagiarism, sir?
The thing is that self-discipline is the best source. Okay. As I said, we have to do what is right, but not what is easy. As I said, copying is easy. Cut paste from internet is very easy. As a teacher also, as I said in my presentation, one student has patiently took 45 minutes video of a teacher who cut pasted everything from the Wikipedia and simply reading to the screen and reading it. That's all. So there is a self-discipline we have to maintain. And as a teacher, we follow it. Then I will tell you one thing. For a student, teacher is the role model, isn't it? Live role model in front of the class. So if teacher comes to the punctually to the class at 10 o'clock, if the class starts at 10, there is no need for giving 1 hour lecture on punctuality.
Yes, sir.
So be the model for the student, then they will follow it. So plagiarism, prevention is better than cure. There are plagiarism will be known, if not even today, maybe tomorrow it will be known. So one has to be careful. We have to go for the long-term vision rather than a short-term vision. That we have to do. And some foreigner comments, इंडिया में हम बचपन से ABCD कॉपी बुक में कॉपी करना सिखाते हैं और जो टीचर टेक्स्ट में नोट्स दिया है वही लिखेंगे तो हम फुल मार्क्स देते हैं और कुछ अलग लिखते हैं तो वी डोंट गिव मच मार्क्स. So in that way we are inculcating that copy paste method, copying method since schoolhood days. कोई जोकिंगली बोलते हैं इसलिए इग्नो इंडिया में प्लेगरिज्म ज्यादा है, बट ऐसा नहीं है. एवरी मोमेंट इज ए मोमेंट फॉर चेंज. सो हम वेट करना है. वी हैव टू थिंक, वी हैव टू सेंसिटाइज आवर स्टूडेंट्स आल्सो, देन ओनली इट विल बी stopped. We can reduce it. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
There is a question of Jayashree Pawar. To develop self-thinking, analytical and critical analysis will keep away from plagiarism. Very good.
So
That
this
is
is
what.
not a question from my side. I just shared my views
Yes,
that
yes.
how to keep ourselves away from the plagiarism. The first thing is that we just
Very good.
read, we
Correct.
never think on
Correct.
it. We need to think what we
Hmm.
have read and try to develop those ideas in our own language. That will keep us away from plagiarism. That is the best thing. But we miss this thing that we never think on the content. We just read it and try to write it. But we need to think, we need to develop our critical and analytical power. What we have read, is it really true or not? That will keep us away from the plagiarism. I just shared my view on the topic. Sorry, sir.
Very good. No, no problem. No problem. That is what nowadays ideas can come from anyone. We should be open to listen it. That's it. Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you so much, sir. So on behalf of all the participants, I extend my hearty thanks to Dr. Sivaswaroop sir for sharing a valuable information as well as guidance to the participants. So thank you so much, sir.
There is one small question now came.
Okay.
Stop. They say that, what is that? Students want a friendly environment, whereas a teacher tries to inculcate discipline by being strict sometimes. How to balance that? Very practical question.
Yes, sir.
That is what I said. With your authority and when you are competent and knowledgeable, students, even though they want a freedom, they will respect you. I will tell you. Because you should be friendly also, but not compromising the discipline in the class.
Yes.
Okay. So when they know that you are strict and you follow the discipline, what you said, what you are telling them, then they will follow it. That is my personal experience also. Okay. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
for all
sir.
of you for a patient listening. So nice of you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Nice session, sir.
Thank you.
So friends, now we will take a break of 10 minutes. अभी मैं मीटिंग को एंड कर रही हूँ just to save this session. After 10 minutes, I will again start the meeting and just you join after 10 minutes. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Madam, do we have to mark attendance for this session as well? Or we have to mark once a day?
No, once a day, not for every session.
Okay, okay. So we have marked the attendance after first session, after yoga session. So we don't have to mark right now.
No, no, no. That is for a day
Okay.
only.
Okay, okay. Thank you so very much.